So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This broadcast, as you can see with the background, is Citizen AY. We're going to go live now. We're going live. So let's see if this works. 1 second. Oh, there's a bit of a problem. Okay, good. I think it is going there. So you'll be watching us on Oduduwa TV Radio, Citizen AY, and on YouTube. Good afternoon and welcome on board. The caption, let me get you the picture that I want you to understand so we can set the scene, as it were. Good afternoon and welcome, and glad to have you on board. If you're joining us for the first time and you're watching Citizen AY for the first time, please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. 1 second, please. 1 second. Give me just 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Right. That's much better. Much better. Yeah. Slightly hot, and I wanted to just take the thing off. So welcome on board. Good afternoon, and a pleasure to have you join us. If you're joining us for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Here's what you need to do if you're joining us for the first time. Just go ahead and click on the subscription button and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. And of course, if you're watching Oduduwa TV Radio, please, of course, subscribe to Oduduwa TV Radio and join us on Citizen AY as well. This broadcast is going to be largely in English. Yes, amen. And I'm the powerful. Good, amen, amen, my brother. God bless you too. God bless us all. Now, let me set the scene, as it were. And I want to just give us a bit more information and give us more conclusive reasons why we need to go for referendum. It's very important. We must continue to press on with raising the level of awareness within all our communities. That is the only way we will achieve the referendum that we want. When we tell the people the real facts, the truth, they will themselves make the right decision. And that's what we're trying to achieve by bringing broadcast to you that focuses a lot on the Constitution and exposing the fraud. So just give me a second to make sure I get the right thing up. So where is it? I think it will be coming up right about now. Let's have a look at this. Sorry about that. Not that one. Down. Okay. I think it's this one. Yeah. So I wanted to just be able to see it. No, sorry, not that. Oh, no, not that one. I'll talk about that. There is a video that we have already. So, but I wanted to show you something else. Will be something for later on. But I wanted to show you one of the reasons why we have to go for self-determination. I hope it works. Is that the one? I'm hoping. No, sorry about that. I don't know what's doing that just now. Sometimes things do work and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what is happening there. Okay, doesn't matter. We will proceed. I'll try one more time. Is that correct? Yeah, let me try one more time. It may work. If it does this time, that's the one. Thank you. You have to be focused. So now you can see there's a big X on the 1999 Constitution. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. What we do here is to try and encourage people to know about this fraudulent 1999 Constitution and to be able to have enough knowledge to challenge those who are in power and begin to hold them to account. Because what they've done is oppress us. You know, they are, yeah. Yes, exactly. We would like to know how prepared our Yoruba brothers are to avert the useless and impotent 2023 election that will recycle criminals. Nnamdi Powerful, thank you very much. So, yeah, we are prepared a lot. As you can see, there's a lot of people who are protesting outside. There's been a lot of protests being carried out a protest happened in Ondo State yesterday where people chased away the so-called honorables. They were chased away. In Lagos, there was a protest at the Lagos Island. People were out and saying no to 2023 elections. I wonder if I can actually get that video out since we are saying it to back up what I'm saying. Now, there might be other things behind it, but what we can say is that the awareness that we have been really trying to spread across the Oduduwa nation, that awareness is really beginning to take hold, and those who are in power are afraid. So again, that is why we are doing programs like this, to raise the level of awareness. Please, if you are watching this broadcast for the first time, go ahead and share the broadcast and let's have as many people as possible. So let me just quickly greet the people as they're coming in. If I haven't mentioned your name, Awonifa Gabriel Olufemi, good afternoon. Annie Biet Viocon, good afternoon. Namdi Powerful, good afternoon. Tola Fakumoju, I think, yeah. Okechukwu S. Oranika, Antonio Coley. Let's go and look on Oduduwa TV radio and see who are there, because this is a simultaneous broadcast that's happening right across the Facebook and YouTube. So please go ahead, make sure you subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube as you're watching. And thank you for those of you that subscribe. Like I said, we are over 2,000 and we're grateful for your support. Now let's just go in and look at what we have here. So I want to try and greet as many people as possible. So Alaja Idayatu Moraina Folani, good afternoon to you. Olatuji Taiwo, good afternoon to you. Koiki Media, thank you, my brother, my lion, the white lion himself. I thank you very much. UK use phones, laptops in Nigeria. That's somebody else on the business. Okay. Anyogbemi, good afternoon to you also. Momo, good afternoon. Samuel Oluwamewemimo, Alade R. Lukman, Prince Adedamola Heritage, volume. Can you hear me? Whoa. Let me just make sure I got that right. Let me know if you can hear me. So just want to make sure that's fine. One second, please. I think I may be having something that's playing back in the background, and I want to make sure I remove it if there's anything that is in the background. One second. Is anything live here? You can hear me loud and clear. Okay, good. Now, so let me just check something quickly, make sure we got it okay before I go ahead, because I want to make sure there's no can you hear any echo at all? If you, maybe it's me. Oh, I think I know what it is. It's all right. Okay, no, there isn't. Good. I've got it. That's fine. Okay, thank you very much. So that's sorted out. So now let's go back to where we were, as we were. Now, what I was saying is this. What we are saying here is this, that the 1999 Constitution is a fraud. Thank you very much, Ayolade Michael, Igbeni Momo, Prince Ademola Heritage, and Ibezi Mako, Junaid Hajidin, Prince. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, with that said, what we are saying is this. The awareness that we are doing is very, very important. And at this point, we need to have a referendum take place. Shortly, I will explain some things about the fraudulent 1999 Constitution. The 1999 Constitution actually pretends that we had a hand in the writing of or the passing into law of that 1999 Constitution. Nothing of the sort took place. It is a lie. It is a big lie. That is why the cross is above it. The first thing they did, you can see what I said on the screen, a clear and present danger to Middle Belt and Southerners. Promulgation Decree number 24 remains a fraud. I stand by that, and many others have stated the same. We never signed that promulgation decree into law. we never had a referendum. What they did was to make us think that we had passed that into law, we the people. The people were not involved in this process. And I will shortly explain to you in my own idea and summation how they went about that. But before we do that, what I want to talk to you about is this. I want you to understand that for us to have a referendum in each of our communities in the Middle Belt and in the South, we need to have vigilante groups. We need to have vigilante groups to protect our people within our community. Because what is going on right now is the federal government is arming the terrorists, giving them guns to kill the indigenous people and chase us out of our land. When we get chased out of our land, what happens is people don't return to that land. Now, if you're going to have a referendum, it is better if we have that referendum in our land. Because what they do is they chasing people into displacement camp. And that is what we need to stop. And that is why we need urgently, our priority as Middle Beltans and Southerners must be to have vigilante groups to protect ourselves in our communities. That is very, very important. Because without remaining in that communities, it is difficult. Yes, we may be able to have a referendum and and all of that there and wherever they are, but it is easier that within our community we can organize this ourselves. Because here's the key thing about the referendum. The referendum where we're planning is not the one where the government will organize it. Because we know the government will not organize that referendum. We know the federal government don't want us to go. As a result, they will not organize that referendum. It is left to us, all of us in the Middle Belt and the South, and the Southeast and the Southwest, to organize it. And the best way is via protection, having vigilante groups across the Middle Belt, Southwest, Southeast. Because as we know, when the Fulanis, they move people out of their area, they cannot go back to that area. And that is what we are trying to stop. That is why vigilante groups is very, very important. And when you have vigilante groups, you also do something. You are able to feed yourself. Because when they chase people to IDP camps, they cannot go and plant anywhere. They have no ability to be able to feed themselves. But if we have vigilante groups and we organize our youths together, they can protect the farmers. The farmers can provide the food for the community. These are really important things that we have to factor in. These are things that we need to do. And that is why the foundation for our referendum has to be and must include the vigilante groups protecting our communities. Because within those communities are where that referendum will take place. Within those communities. I hope you're all following what I'm saying. And please do share the broadcast. Don't forget, please. Yes, Yoruba Nation Now. Please do not forget, what we want you to do is to help us share this broadcast, reach as many people as possible. What we do on here is because of what's happened, we're all suffering from bad governance. And what we've done, some of us have taken it upon ourselves to understand that constitution. Like myself, Citizen AY, one of the things that I did was, when I realized that things were wrong, and I realized that the things were not functioning, and there was fraudulent activities going on, people were being killed, there was neglect of our people, and knowing that the constitution, firstly, when we started the constitutional Citizen AY Constitutional Awareness Action Group, one of the things we did was to make people aware, section by section, line by line, what the constitution was and how it was supposed to impact their lives. But what we then realized was that what was written on paper was very different from the reality. So that document is not what the paper is written on. And what we then further realized was that Furthermore, we had no hand, i.e. via referendum, in passing that promulgation decree number 24 of 1999 into law. We had no hand in making changes to it. All our communities were excluded from that process. I repeat, all our communities were excluded. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying to, let me just see if I can hear me. Okay, it's quite loud and clear. I can hear it here. So we were excluded from the process. Now, like I said, when one of the things that is now evident is that on the day that Obasanjo was 29th of May 1999, when Obasanjo was declared the president after the elections, the fraudulent elections, suddenly the people, the press, nobody had a copy of the Nigerian constitution. It wasn't widely available. It wasn't widely available for the people to read what their constitution was. That should have been the first thing. The people should have had the chance to see what constitution that they were going to be using so that they can make changes to it. What they did was they said, oh, we are having an election. And on the day of the election, they simply put they passed it. On the 5th of May, they wrote the constitution. By the 29th of May, they had Obasanjo as a president. We, the people in our regions, we had no hand in the writing of the constitution or taking part in a referendum to pass it into law. So we don't have a constitution that we, the people, participated in. They pretended that we were involved in the process. It was all a pretense. Oh, we the people, we adopted the constitution. No, we don't adopt any constitution. What we do is to have a referendum, such as they had in the UK. Let me now go back. I'll bring this picture back. Let me now go and do something more to show you guys. Sorry about that. I'm just going to show you something. I'm just trying to. So 1 second. There we go. So I'm going to get it. So this is what I'm trying to do now. So what I'm trying to show you is this. I'm trying to show you something. Let us go and look at this. June 23, UK elections. I want to show you what this looks like. Then I will then give you the details. UK election, UK referendum. Yeah. So this is very important we understand that. Please go ahead. Do not wait. The numbers are dropping again on Facebook. I know what they're doing. We know their game. It doesn't matter. Let's continue. Now, referendum was held in the UK. And I want to show you. Let me see if I can get it back. 1 second, please. Let me just get that right. Okay. In 2016, UK referendum, EU referendum. Okay, UK EU referendum. Yeah. There we go. So I'm going to show you. This is hopefully. There we go. There we go. Now, 1 second, please. There we go. Now, what the UK government did, and it's important we understand the steps now. What the UK government did was, before the referendum, listen carefully now. Please listen carefully. Before the referendum, the government went out on a mass publicity campaign that they were going to have a referendum. Let me just go back one step. When Cameron won the election, one of the things he said was that they were going to carry out a referendum for people to decide if they wanted to go or to leave or remain. So when he became the prime minister, he now set about the process of putting the referendum before the people about whether to leave or remain. But the first thing they did was to go out on a mass publicity campaign. The mass publicity campaign, which meant that people were told shortly, in about the 6 months time or a year's time, a referendum will take place where we want to leave the UK. So they were making this aware. They were doing TV ads. They were doing discussions. They were holding speeches. And then when at about halfway through that, then they said, okay, now we want to start campaigning. So they said, those of you who want to leave EU, you can campaign for it. Those of you who want to remain in EU, you can campaign for it. So they did all of that to give people the opportunity to understand what the referendum was about. They gave people, listen, they gave people the opportunity to understand what the referendum was about. So by the time they came to now vote on the 23rd of June 2016, people knew about the referendum. People were able to decide for themselves, do I want to leave or do I want to remain? Based on the campaign from both the sides that wanted to leave and remain. Are you following me? So this is a process. So you can see clearly, based on the campaign that was carried out by both sides, based on the campaign, here is the result. Now, on the 23rd of June 2016 in the UK, the referendum took place after massive publicity about the referendum about leave or remain, and people voted. Here is the result of the vote of the referendum. 51%, 51.89%, representing 17.410,742 people voted to leave the EU. I will explain to you why I'm telling you all of this shortly. Now, to remain, 16.141,241 million decided to remain. And that only represented 48.11% of the people who voted, which meant that based on that referendum at that date on the 23rd of June 2016, the UK with the people voting decided to leave. That became a mandate that the government of UK had to carry out. The people, by voting in a referendum, gave the government a mandate to leave the EU, which is what they did. Now, let's go back to Contraption Nigeria. I want to read to you something. You can see now. Look at this now. Look at that. You see, UK, there was a vote. But what they did in Nigeria is very different. Let me show you something. Here we go. Look at this. If I can find the photo. Can I find the photo? Okay. It's not there yet. One second. Let me just get you the picture. Very important picture that you need. One second. That picture is very, very important to what we're trying to achieve. Because you see, they gave people time. The UK gave their citizens the time to be able to assess. That process was from about 215, a full year, if I'm correct, before the vote on EU referendum, leave or remain. The people were aware. Now, here is what I want to show you. Number one. Let me know if you are following me, please. Are you following what we're saying? Please do share. Very, very important that we explain this in very, very layman's term so that we can all go with it. And I would like those. I will hopefully do it in Yoruba at some point. But this needs to be done in this way to be able to allow our Middle Belt brothers, our Yoruba brothers, and Igbo brothers to be able to understand what this means. Remember, I just talked to you through a process that was in place, that was put in place before the referendum took place. There was a process. Now, Here is here is what the Nigerian government did. Here, thank you very much, Ayolade Michael. Here's what they did. Now, on the 5th day of May, without informing the citizens about this, the Nigerian government, the military decided that they were going to put a constitution in place, because the other constitution ran out. I think they had one from 1979, and then because they took over the government, the military, they hijacked the electoral process. Remember, they were the ones who killed Bola, and they killed MK Abiola because he won the 1993 elections, and they imposed themselves on us. Now, instead of asking for the people, and they said they were going to try, they didn't trust the election process that time, so they overruled it. They killed Abiola in the process, and they now set about setting in a so-called constitution. Now, on the 5th day of May 1999, the military government provided a document. They wrote a document for themselves. They did not involve the people in the process. There was no headline saying to us, oh, by the way, we are now looking to do a constitution. We want to hear from you. There was no massive campaign about that. They just went into a room and they decided they were moving from that 1979 constitution to this, creating a new one, which was the one that they did in 1999. Now, key thing, already there is a problem right there. We were being given a constitution that we knew nothing about, and on what they did was, let me read you an example of what they did here. Once they did this on the 5th of May, they said, and whereas within this, what you see here is a, by the way, if you're wondering what you're seeing here, what you see here is a, can you see? Let me just see what you can see, because I don't want to miss out anything. 1 second, please. Okay, so you can see, okay, it is just a tad low. Shame about that. So you can see it says 24 promulgation decree number 24 of 1999. It's just above the number thing, the thing that I have there. But you can see there it says 24 of 1999, which means it's promulgation decree number 24 of 1999. Now, what they did was they imposed this on us without our consent. This was imposed on the people without our consent. Remember, I was telling you the process that was gone through when the UK were going to carry out the referendum on the 23rd of June 2016. They told the people, they made them aware, then they allowed both sides to campaign around the whole country. They allowed the people to be involved in the process. People went on hostings around the country, in every town, every village, to be aware of what was about to happen. To be made aware that, okay, what do you have to say? How do you see it? The vote is coming. What would you like to, how would you vote? Do you support leave or stay on the day? What you're likely to do? That was absent. This was absent. What you see here is a military document. What you see here is a military document that was imposed. They did not bother. They said to you, they wrote, oh, we consulted a few people here. Let me see here. It says, I want to try and give you, let me give you an idea what it's talking about here. 1 second, I'm trying to give you. Now, please, I want you to read something here. Whereas the Federal Military Government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in compliance with the Transition to Civil Rule Political Program Decree 1998, has, through the Independent National Electoral Commission, the military put in the so-called Independent National Electoral Commission. Straight away, they don't have the right to do any such thing without the people's voice say so. because the people had to pass into law this constitution. There is no way anybody can tell you that the so-called Independent National Electoral Commission is independent, because the military were the ones who appointed the people in that commission before the constitution. You can see it there. You can see it in black and white. It says here. It says, through the Independent National Electoral Commission conducted elections to office of President, Vice President, Governor, National Assembly, House of Local Government Council. So this was even before they even conduct any of that. Before having conducted any elections, this should have been passed by us, the people. It wasn't. And here is what I want you to look at again. Let me see. I'm going to try and give you the Constitutional Debate Coordinating Committee charged with responsibility to, among other things, pilot the debate on new constitution for Nigeria, coordinate and collect views and recommendations canvassed by individuals and groups for a new constitution for Nigeria. Can you see that? They talked about it, but there is no evidence of a campaign for this constitution or make amendments to the constitution. There is no evidence. Whereas in the UK, you can see the evidence. There is a lot of evidence of people going out campaigning to remain in UK, and people campaigning to leave the EU. That was very absent. So this was just already, you can see that all of this is a paper exercise. That's what I'm trying to bring to our attention. I hope we're all following it. Now let me see the next step. Now I want to show you one more thing before I go into the one of the key things that we should be aware of. Keep in mind, like I said, let me see if I can. Oh, it's gone now. 1 second. 1 second. Give me a minute. No, not that one. No, I don't want that. Just bear with me. I just need to make sure that I've got that thing there because it's very important. So yeah, so that's gonna be back now. You see that coming back now. Yeah. So this constitution, I hope you can all hear me because my volume is here. I can hear it loud and clear here. Hello? The volume is loud and clear. Maybe it's your set because I can hear it here. So the volume is loud and clear. It's not, I'm not. So type 1 if you can hear me, please. Type 1, those of you watching us, type 1. Type 1. Type 1. Type 1 if you can hear it. Okay, because somebody is saying Binga, Olusojo is saying volume. But okay, so now okay, I'm gonna proceed because I can hear it this end and I don't think, yeah, Prince TJ, Glory KZ, thank you very much. Yeah, Ibuku Solomon Awunuga. So okay, good. Okay, right, we will proceed. Now, here is the thing. Already they talked about canvassing individuals, but there is no mass campaign whereby every community was involved in the process. Very much like I just stated in terms of the EU referendum that the UK carried out. There is no evidence of that. That's what I'm trying to bring to our attention. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention was here. They say here, and whereas it is necessary in accordance with the program on transition to civil rule for the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after necessary amendments and approval by the Provisional Ruling Council. This is evidence that we, the people, didn't approve it via referendum. I want you to listen to those words again. Oh. And whereas it is necessary in accordance with the program on transition to civil rule for the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1979 after necessary amendments and approval by the Provisional Ruling Council to be promulgated into the new constitution. You see right there, we have been removed from that process. We have been removed from that process because this constitution was passed into law by the Provisional Ruling Council, a military junta. That is the clearest evidence that we have that this was not what we, the people, signed for. And their clever use of the word "we the people" was to make us believe that we signed or we voted in via a referendum for the promulgation decree number 24 of 1999. No such thing happened. You can see it in black and white. The Provisional Ruling Council promulgated it into a new constitution, excluding "we the people." The biggest fraud ever. It's been staring us in the face. It has been staring us in the face. Those lines, I'm going to try and see if I can copy it and share it again, because this is very, very important for us to make sure we understand exactly what was done and how it was done. This 1999 Constitution was passed into law by the military council, not the people, because it said so. It's in black and white. You can see it. You can see it, the areas. I wonder if I can highlight it. I can't, but but you can see what I'm just showing you here. The lines here. Let me just see what you're seeing to make sure that it is tallying with what I'm saying. So there again, let me go back up. Okay, I think it's not quite showing. So let me read that bit again. I'll read it in its entirety, and please do let me know if you have questions. But what I'm trying to do is to make sure we are aware of what it means for the people to vote via a referendum to pass a constitution into law, and for the military to impose a constitution and now claim that we the people signed it. So the military they're now saying they're speaking 40 people or so are saying they're speaking for 180 million people at the time. You can see that is a fraud, because it said the Provisional Ruling Council. They did not come. Oh gosh, somebody keeps talking about card. People can hear me? I don't know. Check your set, please, because I can't. People can hear me. So now, anyway, so already that line, and I'm going to put it that I want to put it there. Let's read it all in entirety. I'm sure you can see it now. Let me just say, and whereas it is necessary in accordance with the program on transition to civil rule for the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1979, after necessary amendments and approval by the Provisional Ruling Council, to be promulgated into a new constitution for the Federal Republic of Nigeria in order to give the same force of law with effect of 29th of May 1999. We were removed from that very process, and the best way for us to have been part of that process would have been for this to happen. A referendum should have happened before the military now say, based on what the people have said, that now becomes the law. But what the military did was to put themselves in, and the few of them now said they are speaking for us, the people. So you can now see that the Nigerian Constitution, without a shadow of a doubt, is a fraud. Yomiko Iki, thank you very much for joining us, and I appreciate your good work. And this is very important. I'm putting it in there. You see, at that point here, I want you to understand here. You see the bit here where it says amendments and approval by the Provisional Ruling Council. It should have said amendments and approval by the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria via a referendum. Can you see that? Can you see that? I hope you can see that. The line where it says an approval by the Provisional Ruling Council to be promulgated into law should have said, and by the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria via a referendum, where they've overwhelmingly supported this constitution. This constitution now becomes the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. There, the voice of the people should have been there. But they took the voice of the people away, and they put the Provisional Ruling Council. So we know definitely that this document is a fraud. Are you following me? I hope you're all following me. Leave your comments. Please do share this broadcast. I will reshare it again. We're probably going to restream it at some point as well. But this is very, very important to understand, because at all the points they keep telling us, our Yadidu will come and tell you we adopted the constitution. How can 180 million people at the time adopt a constitution, tell me, that they don't even know about? I'll wait. How can 180 million people adopt a constitution that they don't even know about? And the only way to know about it was to go through a particular process, which I'm showing you again, the referendum. That is the only way the people will know. You don't adopt anything, you carry out a referendum. So we know that this document is a fraud. I'm providing the basis for which we are going for referendum. This process now, we are not waiting for the federal government to tell us, oh, you can have a referendum. We are getting to the point where we, the people, will organize the referendum ourselves. Because the government have imposed on us a fraud, and they've fraudulently used our name, the name of the citizens, to impose a fraudulent constitution that has denied us access to our resources till date. You understand me? I hope you're all following what I'm saying. I hope you are, okay, Glory Casey, thank you very much. So really, really important point that is being made here. And I'm going to read that point line again. And I want to, I'm going to read that line. I want to read that line, and I will insert in that line where the voice of the people should be. So we don't have, so you are in no doubt whatsoever that when we're going for referendum now, this is the reason we're going to use. Let's carry on. Watch this. So, and whereas it is necessary in accordance with the program on transition to civil rule for the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1979, after necessary amendments and approval by the Professional Council, to be promulgated into a new constitution for the Federal Republic of Nigeria in order to give same force of law with effect from 29th of May 1999. They didn't tell you all of this. The bit that I want you to hold on to is that an approval by the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria via a referendum. And in that referendum, you then quote that in that area, they would go so more. I would go so far as to say they should now put as evidence, an evidence to back up that the people were part of it. They will put the evidence of this, what you see before you. 17 million voted for it, 18 million, 16 million decided to not to. That would be the evidence. There is no evidence of the people supporting this. There's zero evidence. Zero. I'll wait. There is zero evidence. So these are the kind of things that I want us to really, thank you very much, Olajimoke, Ajoke TJ. I'm giving you conclusive evidence that constitution is a fraud. And it is one that we are going to use. It is forming the basis upon which we are going for referendum. We are not waiting for the federal government now. We, the people, and that is why we need vigilante groups in those communities. We need to carry out vigilante groups in those communities to secure the people with their land, because the government is systematically funding the Fulani terrorists to chase us out of our land, so that if we get to the point where we want to vote, where are you going to vote? Where are you going to vote? Are you going to vote in IDP camps? So you can see the need for us now to have vigilante groups. Thank you very much, Haja Hajelola Agbajelola Oluwafemi Wasiu. Thank you very much. So this is really important. I hope you are all, please, you're sharing this. Yoruba Nation must come. So you can already see we need a document. If anybody is going to tell you that this is your constitution, they have to provide the evidence as to how the people voted on it. There is no evidence that we, the people, voted. What evidence we can show you is that the Provisional Ruling Council spoke on your behalf. The Provisional Ruling Council spoke on your behalf, and that is not your voice. They stole your voice, and they are keeping us silent. And we need to go for referendum. And I'm giving you clear, undiluted evidence. Fact. Bring your best lawyer in the entire world, and they cannot argue this point, because I've just given you a program, a plan of action that the UK followed, a template, if you like, whereby they gave people the time to be aware that they were about to carry out a referendum and what the referendum was about, and the fact that they could vote leave or stay. They gave them that option. We were given no option. We weren't even made aware that this constitution was being altered or changed. None of it. So I say it again categorically. That constitution is a fraud. Once a fraud, always a fraud. Sulaiman Yusufu, thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. Please share this broadcast. It is really important. We need to open the eyes of millions, and I'm talking literally millions. We have been lied to. These guys have lied to us long enough. We are not going to wait for them to tell us about the referendum. We don't need the assent of the government to carry out the referendum. We need to do it ourselves in our community, because they have lied to us. This constitution is not a constitution by the people, for the people. The people were not part of the process in writing this constitution or passing it into law. The evidence is what I'm showing you again. I am showing you this was done by the Provisional Ruling Council. Pure and simple. Bring your best lawyer in the entire world and I will debate this with them. Your best lawyer, the best of the best, top notch. Bring them. And we will sit down and they will have to be like this. They will go zip. They will go zip. So I'm bringing this for us all to be aware. Please, I want this information to go far and wide to every community. Every community. I'll try and see if I can do this also in Yoruba as well. The problem that we have is that this has been hidden from all of us. You see? Exactly. We didn't elect them. They forced themselves upon us. Remember, they annulled the election. We voted in we voted in by this hooligan. Exactly. So Muhyiddin Babatola, they're not, you see, they've been conditioned. You see, our people have been conditioned to accept this injustice. We have been on that point. Very good point. Let me read what Muhyiddin Babatunde Oladeji said. He says, well done, Citizen Baba. But why is it so difficult for people to understand this? Or is it that they don't care? No. It's not that they don't care. It's like Mayegu said. We've been conditioned. Mayegu said it. We have been conditioned from the time, you see, in the community. What they've done is they've got us to actually just accept whatever we were told, to never ask questions. The minute you try and ask questions, you are slapped down, you are shut down. And they condition us via the religions to make sure that we comply with whatever they said. So this is all, brainwashing. They've brainwashed us. They've conditioned us to accept the injustice. Now we need to wake up the masses in the millions. We need to wake up Middle Beltans, Biafrans, Oduduwa people in our millions. And I say it, and I reiterate again, we must not wait for any accent for any referendum. We the people will speak. And when we the people, and that is why I am saying again, in each and every community that we are being attacked by the Fulani terrorists, we need vigilante groups. We have to make sure that the people remain in that community or get back in there as quickly as possible, because in those communities we need them there to be able to carry out that referendum on ground, on their land, and what their voice says there is what will be respected anywhere in the world. Very, very important. That is why the vigilante group now is a must. We already know that the government is funding the Fulani terrorists in all parts of Nigeria. They're in our forests. To be able to allow this referendum to take place well in each of the communities, we need that to happen. That's one process. Of course, we can do it electronically. We can do that, and that's good. But what we are trying to do in all of this is to make sure that as far as possible, it is easier for us. It is easier for us to be able to, carry out enact the referendum when our people are on ground. But when the people have forced themselves and pushed us out of our land to get back in there, look at Palestinians. There's more Palestinians outside than there are inside Palestine. That is what we do not want. We don't want to be in that situation. So where it is possible for us to begin to set up vigilante groups. I'm talking about Middle Belt. I'm talking about Biafra. I'm talking about Oduduwa. As far all of us, we need our communities to be able to have vigilante groups, because the vigilante groups, the two things that they need to do is to provide safety and security. And also, one of the things in having a vigilante group, the farmers will be able to go back to their farm. The farmers cannot go to the farm right now, and the cost of food is expensive. The government, they open the border. What's the point of opening the border when the people are left? It's like they're opening the border now. I can tell you now, they opened the border in Semi, I think it is, and it's almost like they're trying to now waiting for people for. It's like they're planning when the full onslaught of the Fulani come, the borders will be open for people to run out of their own country. So don't try and understand when they say they've opened the border and people are, oh, they are happy. What is happening? And remember, late Mailafia Obadia said that the government want to start a civil war in 2022. So them opening that border is not to let things in, it's to prepare to make people to run out when the onslaught happens. So this is why we need our people to have vigilante groups to protect ourselves in our community. We need that. We are not waiting. We do not need any accent from any government to give us the right for referendum, because the basis upon which this government is operating is a fraud. The basis upon which any of the governance has been operating now has and continues to remain a fraud, because the people did not vote in this constitution. It was a fraud. It was a military document. The Provisional Ruling Council brought this into law. You can see it in black and white. You can see it in black and white before you. Very, very important point to put before people. Please, one thing I want to say in the middle of all of this. You watching me, you're a leader. You are a leader, 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 you are a leader. I know, Aderemi or Dadipo, good question. They have conditions to accept. Exactly, they do. Anyone who questions them gets killed. Get killed by these evil elements pretending to be patriotic people. They also told us that they also told us that our unity is not negotiable. Who agree with them that we have a unity that is not negotiable? If we have an agreement that is not negotiable, this content of the if we have an agreement that is not negotiable, if we have an agreement that is not negotiable, the content of the agreement should not be disputable. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. And clearly, well said. I like the last point there. If we have an agreement that is not negotiable, the content of the agreement should not be disputable. Clearly, as you can see, the content of that constitution is very disputable. Because like I told you, there is no evidence, there is nothing that they can show you where the people's voice via a referendum to pass that constitution into law is evident. There is none. It was done by the Provisional Ruling Council. And 40 people cannot speak for 180 million people. Impossible. Impossible. Let me say it again. 40 people cannot speak, cannot be the voice for 180 million people. That is clearly a fraud. So I am stating this categorically. And I wait for anybody to come and challenge what I'm saying. Let them come and challenge it. Let them take it to court. Let's go to the court. Let's discuss this. Let's present the evidence, and let's see who comes out on top. But they won't, because they're afraid. Because the minute they admit that, the game is over. Now let's So here is that's what I really want us to look at, and I'm going to go further now a little bit. But let's look at the other things that they did. And this is what many people are not aware of. The Military Provisional Ruling Council gave themselves the power to impose a constitution that we the people knew nothing about upon us, and to oppress us and use that constitution. That constitution is still in use until date. So now you can now see the hand of the military in our oppression and suppression in our land till date. Till date. You can see the hand of the military in the suppression and oppression of we the people till date via the fraudulent 1999 constitution, which they passed into law, and they pretended that we the people passed it into law. No, they used it to oppress us. Very important we understand that. So now let me just do one more thing. Now they did something here. The provisional ruling council said, gave 3 points. They said that constitution, that fraudulent constitution, shall be, will now be a constitution, one in which we the people did not vote on. They now said it will be our constitution from here on, and that has been the case from 1999 till date. A fraudulent document imposed on us illegally is what we're still using to run that fraudulent nation till date. That is what it means. That's literally what it means. Now the next one. The constitution set out in the schedule to this decree shall come into force on 29th of May 1999. That date is very, very important. You see, what should have happened was what you saw in this. Look, let me show you. What should have happened was this. The day we had a referendum, that should have been the day on which that constitution became law, because we the people at that point, we would have had the process where Leave would have said 80 million of out of 180 million. Leave would have said 100 million. Let's say out of the 180 million voting, let's say 80 million voted. So 50 million would have said we say yes to the constitution. 30 million would have said no, and that would have been the legitimate basis upon which that constitution would stand. As it stands, the only thing that they use is the provisional ruling council, and that you cannot, 40 people cannot speak for 180 million people. I say that again. 40 people in a room cannot speak. They cannot be the voice for 180 million people in such an important document as a constitution. No way. No way. So we are living in a fraud nation with a fraud document, and we need to expose this for the world to see and for us to know, so that we can take the next step, which is to set up a referendum in our regions and go our separate ways. This is a fraud. So that's number one. So now, wherever it may hereafter be necessary, and here is the real kicker. Here is the real kicker. Wherever it may hereafter be necessary for the constitution to be printed, it shall be lawful for the federal government printer to omit parts of this decree. Again, this was all done. 40 people or so, military men in a room, gave themselves the power to omit parts of this decree from the schedule. And what did they omit? Let me show you what they omitted. Let me show you what they omitted, if I can find it. If you look at this now, it says 1999 Constitution. If you look at that, you can see behind, I put an X, but you know it says 1999 Constitution. But what it doesn't show you is the bit I'm about to show you. It says here, but I want to show you on their own document. What it doesn't show you is the bit where it talks about that it's a promulgation decree, 24 of 1999. So they hid that from you. They didn't want you to know that you were being ruled. A promulgation decree was what they used to pass it into law by the military. They were hiding this from you. So however way you look at that document, it is a fraud from top to bottom. It is a fraud from top to bottom. Now, so that's the decree that they hid from you. So if you go and look in this document here, you won't see this. You won't see that decree. You won't see it in this constitution. It's not there. It's kept away from it. This is just a schedule. It's a schedule that performs part of the decree. It's a schedule. They made sure that that decree was removed so that they wouldn't see it, and that's deceitful. That's for people who are telling you that they are religious, that they believe in Allah and everything else, and that's deceit from the pits of hell. That's deceit. But they will tell you to pray. The same people who are oppressing you, who are using trickery, who have denied you your voice via a referendum, are the ones telling you to pray. It's deceitful from top to bottom. Everything that you can see that I'm telling you now is, I kid you not, it's a lie. It's all a lie. Now, let's carry on a bit now forward. So I'm going to just bring that up. So I wanted you to just, so I'm breaking that up so we understand. So now, then the final bit of the second bit, it said this decree may be cited as the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria Promulgation Decree 1999. So that one there, if you see Promulgation Decree 1999, it says here, but when you go and look at the document again, there's no mention of the decree in any part of the document, because that's what they instructed the printers to do, to lie to the citizens. They instructed the printers to lie to the citizens. And you tell me we're a democracy? A democracy built on lies? A democracy built on lies? These are the things our people need to know. They need to know this. Please share this broadcast. I know Facebook are playing about. Go ahead to Citizen AY on YouTube and subscribe. Here's what you need to do that. Let me just show you at this point. If you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, please go ahead and do so. So, oh, it's not, okay, there we go. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Click the red button, hit the notification button, give us the thumbs up. The thumbs up, very important. So, I wanted you to really get a feel about that. Let me just see if I can, yeah. So, very, very important that this is clear. You know, we need to do this step by step. And you can cut bits of this out and show to people. And please share this. Again, those of you who are in diaspora, you are a leader, 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 you are a leader. You know why you're a leader? Each and every one of us in diaspora, Igbos, Yorubas, Middle Belt, we have minimum of 2 to 10 people that we send money home to every week. What you need to do is to those 2 to 10 people that you send money to every week, let them know of this information. Cut bits of what you're watching now. Send it to them. Wake them up. Let them know they have to. You see, the only way they can free themselves is knowing this truth. Once they know the truth, they will no longer be part of Nigeria. And that's what the government is afraid of. You see, the government is afraid of people awake. Because when the people are awake, they cannot control them anymore. They cannot trick them anymore. The people's voices will be heard, and the people can make decisions on their own that no government can stop. So, again, those of you in diaspora, please, you have a pivotal role to play in getting this information to reach all our communities in the hinterlands, in the villages, in the towns, in the cities, to wake them up to know that this constitution that they're talking about is a fraud, and we have the evidence. It's all in the open there. People have not deciphered it, but here we are breaking it down line by line. Now, let's move on a little bit. I hope, I'm not going too fast, but, you can always play this back again if you have questions or things that you want to ask us. So I hope that is making sense. Yeah. So these are our reasons, Oh, how to sign Tomobola? You have to go on. I'll see if I can put it on Citizen AY on YouTube. We cannot share it on Facebook, because Facebook will take it down. So I will see what I can do. Go and look. If you just type in, I'll see if I can. I can't share it on here, because if I do, it will get taken down. Yeah. It's a scam. Exactly. It is a huge scam. So please, those of you, again, I'm going to sing again. Those of you who are in diaspora, you have 2 to 10 people that you're sending money home to every month, every week. You are a leader, 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 you are a leader. Because you can communicate this evidence, this clear evidence to your people, to wake them up. When you wake them up, you're removing the responsibility of taking care of them from your shoulders. In fact, we can all now stand together, and we can now enjoy our resources in our land. Take, for example, in continental Nigeria, we have minimum of 4 oil refineries. Not one of them is working. The oil is being looted. 80% of our oil is being looted to other countries that don't have the oil. They process it and they sell it back to us. And we have to pay with hard-earned cash. You see, the best way to produce anything is to have the refinery as close to the point of extraction as possible, to minimize travel costs, to minimize environmental degradation, and to create jobs. All of it. Minimize travel costs, minimize environmental degradation, and to provide jobs. But these people are looting the money, taking our oil. They get paid by the Western countries, and they don't put the money, the little money they make, they don't give it back into us, back into our economy. So we are all impoverished. So this is what we need to wake up. This is a really, really pivotal moment here that we have. So you are very, very, very. Yoruba Nation has come. Yes, Olusegun Kazeem. Lashe Dumare, Otiduro. Now, let us now go to the next step. So now you've now understood. Now, when you look at this document, you will know without a shadow of the doubt that the military imposed the Nigerian constitution, the so-called, the fraudulent constitution. It was imposed by the military junta via the Provisional Ruling Council. We, the people, had no hand in this. Now, the next step of it now is to go and show you this. Let me bring you to this point here. 1 second, please. Now, so I might refer back to let's go back to this one. Here. Now, here is where you will, and I might reference it back to that document, but I'll first explain it now. What you are looking at is section 14.2. Section 14.2 of the fraudulent 1999 constitution. Here you will know this is the lie, and I will come back and show you what I'm saying. It says here, this line here, let me highlight it, if you will let me go. 1 second, please. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Now, so I've highlighted that bit. Let me see if I can make it bigger. If I can make it bigger, please do share this broadcast. And I want us all to know that we are all leaders in this struggle. We are, yeah. So yes, exactly. So now, exactly. So now, oh, it won't. Okay, but anyway, you can. I'm trying to see if I can make it slightly bigger. So let me. Is that gonna do it? It's not doing it for some reason. I wanted to make it slightly bigger so you can see it, but it's okay. I'll read it out then. So, section 14.2 of the Nigerian Constitution. This is where you will know that this is a fraud, and they know it's a fraud because if you say this line, it is hereby 14.2a. Listen to the words, though. It is hereby. Oh, it's not gonna. Okay, I see. It's really bigger. Now, okay, good. So let me just move that up. Oh. Beg your pardon, please. It's just playing up right now, and I want you to now. Okay, now. Oh, come on. Now, I want you to listen to these words now. 14.2a of the fraudulent 1999 Constitution. It is hereby accordingly declared that sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this Constitution, derives all its authorities. Now, to make it appear that we, the people, passed this into law, they wrote that in, knowing fully well that the people, what should have been written down here should have been the Provisional Ruling Council of Nigeria, whom through this constitution derives all its powers. But they used the word sovereignty belongs to the people. The people who signed it are the Provisional Ruling Council, not us. Can you see that? Are you seeing what I'm saying? They said sovereignty belongs to the people. Based on the people that passed this, that forced this constitution on us, it should say sovereignty belongs to the Provisional Ruling Council of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. Because we, the people, didn't vote in a referendum. Are you following me? Are you following what I'm saying? Are you seeing what I'm saying? Are you seeing that? I hope you're all seeing that. Really important point that we're making here. And again, we want this to be shared. I'm going to try and write something down. Let me see if I can write it down in the way. I'll see. How can I put this down? I'm trying to put it in a way. And yes, okay, let me do something first. I might type it up. I want to type it. What they really, this is what, every time you're looking at the constitution, you need to have this in your mind now. That is the only way to break the link. You need to understand that it is the Provisional Ruling Council. Where they put the people, it's a lie. We had no part in the writing of the constitution. Zero. Let me do this. So let's try and find a way. And again, it's to make us aware of the steps we must take collectively. We are not waiting for an assent from any from those in power now to go for referendum, because we know the constitution that they're using is a fraud. The power to free ourselves, it is literally in the hands of the people to free ourselves. They don't have the power to do any of this. They have no power to free us. Only us can free ourselves by way of a referendum, because they don't have any powers. You see? Yeah. Exactly. Yes, thank you. Exactly. It is inappropriate. Exactly. Inappropriate. Exactly. So now let me read you what my brother said. I think 51% of the population of the people in the UK voted to exit European Union, and the people who voted to stay accepted the verdict. That's how a society that respects the rule of law operates. The military junta selected those who wrote the 1999 Constitution and accepted it via Decree 24 of 1999. They never bothered to present it to the people for ratification. That's only then you can rightly claim it is the people's constitution, and the phrase "we the people" will be appropriate and the correct to have been included. Exactly. Thank you very well. Well said, my brother. These are the kind of things that I'd like to really get involved in. I'm sorry I'm not able to flip onto too many platforms, because I'm really focused on. I'm trying to get this information out. It's very important we get this information out. Now, so I want to write that line. Copy. I want to write that line in how we should look. This is what you should look, and I will put it out. And I'm gonna do this. So you will see it come up in a minute. So it says sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria. No, sovereignty belongs to, I'm going to put it, Provisional Ruling Council of Nigeria. So there we go. So we know, might as well know this is the lie that has been told. Provisional Ruling Council. So that way, this is the truth. So, because they passed all this, the people were not aware of any of this. So let me just give me a minute. Okay. So now, and I'm going to put the truth. Citizen AY. I'll put the truth here. So the truth. The real truth. The real truth. Yeah. Exposed. Yeah. So now I'm going to just make sure Citizen AY. So you can see that. Now I'm going to put it here. And I want you to, I'm putting it just below what you can see there. Let me see if you can, I'll do this. Okay. Let me do this again. So now, exposed. Let me just put it here. 1 second, please. It's just a little bit slow. Come on. Okay, anyway. So now you can see now. So when you read the Constitution of Nigeria and they come and read to you, sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, we want the people to say no. The people on ground, we want them to say no, because that's a fraud. Because the sovereignty you're talking about, it belongs to the Provisional Ruling Council, from whom the government through this constitution derives all its power and authority. So we know now that it's the military, and that is why our people must go. If we don't, you see, if the people don't know this, they will still be holding on to believe in one Nigeria. But when you know this fact that I'm telling you now, when you know it, when you know that this is what they have done, that the Provisional Ruling Council, by way of that fraudulent decree, that decree of theirs, here, it says here, don't forget to, I'm bringing it to you. The Provisional Ruling Council approval, you see, after necessary amendment and approval by the Provisional Ruling Council, they put themselves in there. In that line, it should have been after approval by the people by way of the referendum on such and such a date where this amount voted for the new constitution into law. That means the people are involved. In this process, we weren't involved. It's very important to explain that. Now, so now let's go now. So I'm trying to just break this down so we can really get a picture of what is going on. So it says here, what's it now? So now the line that I wanted to say, sovereignty belongs to the Provisional Ruling Council, from whom the government through this constitution derives all its powers and authority. That is the reality. And that is, if it wasn't the case, why were they trying to hand the fact that the promulgation decree was actually a decree by the military, and they hid it from the people? You can now clearly see that we are not a democracy in any way, shape, or form. However way you want to break it down, we have never been a democracy. It has been a fraud. It has been a sham. And these are the things that we need to bring to the people. I'd be really glad if you guys would help spread this message. It's very, very, very important. You see, when people have this information, their perception, and you would just tell them, once we know this information, the people will solve the problems that they face themselves. Currently, they believe that Nigeria is a democracy. Our job is to expose the lie that it's not a democracy, that what we are being ruled by right now is nothing more than a military decree by way of a Provisional Ruling Council that now pretended to speak for 180 million people. You can't. The only way the voice of the people will be heard was via a referendum. 40 people cannot speak for 180 million people. No way. Impossible. I maintain that. So that is what I really wanted to present to you all. Let me just check something as I'm doing this. Please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We really do need your support. It's very important. And of course, subscribe to Oduduwa TV Radio, Lady Best, Omobalano, Jago. Because we are really trying to make sure we give you as much information as possible to be able to make informed decisions that will impact not only your life, but the coming generations. The coming generations have been oppressed and suppressed. Please, if you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, go ahead and do so now. Just click on, I'll see if I can get a link up and try and help you to, that way I'll put the link onto YouTube, on Facebook, so that way you can go, just click on it and subscribe to us. That way you can get the information, because Facebook are really playing with the numbers. We have 120,000 followers on Citizen AY, and Facebook are only allowing a fraction to see it. Also, another thing I'd like to ask you to do, if you are on Facebook, please check your notification button. Make sure it is on. If it isn't on, go and click on your notification. There's a small bell as you're watching me on the live broadcast. There's a small bell to my right as I'm watching it, and in that bell you will see. Sorry, let me just see if I can. Yeah, that's better. So that bell that bell, you click on it, and it would tell you, it would ask you if you want to be notified when Citizen AY comes on. So put it into that, and that way you can see me when I come on. Because Facebook has gone and switched off the notifications on many of the followers of Citizen AY. So that's one way we can get around it. So if you can help us, we are going to try and find a way to speak to Facebook, because what they're doing is frankly unfair and unjust. And it is something we need to address. 1 second, let me see if I can get this up there. So I'm going to put the, Yoruba Nation now. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. I mean, clearly the kind of information we're providing here is very, very crucial to our achieving our goal of going for full independence as Yoruba, Oduduwa Nation, as Biafra, and as Middle Belt. It's very, very important. Yeah, interestingly, there was some. Anyway, I'll leave that for now. Right, okay. So let me just go here and put that there. Now, okay. So I'm just gonna put that up. The reason I'm doing that is just to make sure that people we can get uninterrupted broadcast. And also, when you come in there, please make sure you like and share the broadcast, and make it go, with my family and friends, because the information that we're sharing, you simply won't get it anywhere else. I kid you not, you won't. Because what we do on Citizen AY is to make a deep analysis of what is really going on. And we try and take the time to find the best way to explain a very convoluted and deliberately confusing document to the people in a language that they can understand, hopefully. I will try and see if I can do this in broken at some point, maybe in the coming days or so. But this information is very, very impactful, and it is one that we cannot ignore. I think it is something that we should really, share. We should be sharing it, because people need to know that as we speak, the people who are ruling us are using a document that we, the people, did not sign up to. They've used our name fraudulently. They've used we, the people, fraudulently to oppress and suppress us. And when we then speak up, we get silenced or get killed, and it's time that people know these facts, because many of us have been lied to. Those who are telling you to pray, they have 3-day prayer sessions on a document that they lied to us about and imposed upon us. And they say, oh, only God can help. No, we can help ourselves. God has nothing to do with this matter. The people need to know the truth. Once the people know the truth, they will do the rest. And that's what we're trying to do. We aim to ensure the people know the rest and know the truth, and that way they can take the action they need to take to improve their lives, to make sure that they're no longer denied their access to their resources via a fraudulent document. It's a fraudulent document. So please, if you're watching, I urge you, please, please, please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead and do so now. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Don't leave it till the day after. If this information helps, if you're seeing it, that way you can help us get information to as many people as possible. It's really, really important that people get this information and are able to take action based on the information. We speak truth to power. Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. How would you guys, what do you think about this t-shirt? So we may be doing a mass production of it, and what do you think? And so that you guys can have that. And we'll probably be doing a hoodie or something at some point. And because we really want the information, the idea about speaking truth to power and changing the mindset of the people, to be core and essential to what we're trying to achieve. Because we know that, you see, what with this fraudulent 99th constitution, they have impoverished millions of people. Millions have also died needlessly because of this injustice. This is sheer injustice, what you are looking at. Sheer injustice. Now, I want to do something quickly. What we want to do is to make sure that we weaken our people. Now, I'm going to play you an entirety per Adebanjo of Afenifere said some things which is interesting. I'll come back to this again, but I want you to listen to his words. It's about 11 minutes long. I'll try and interject where I can, but I want you to listen to these words because it's very important. And it's on, you can see it on Citizen AY. So, but I'm going to play it here. Hopefully it's not. Oh, come on. Okay, if it's not going to go that way, I may not do that. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it on here because an advert will come in, and I don't want the advert to come in when I'm playing it, because I want it to, you need to hear the words as being said. Like I told you, the Constitution itself is deceitful, it's a lie, it's fraudulent, and it's not something we can trust in any way. But furthermore, you will hear his words, and it's often better to hear from the horse's mouth than anybody else. You will hear his words and the way he spoke about this this fraud. Listen to his words. Let's listen for we'll listen to it in its entirety, and I might interject now and then. But I want you to listen to what he's saying here, because it's very important. It's a divide and rule tactic. And the reason why I'm talking about divide and rule tactic is to make sure that we, those of us who are in this struggle, we do not fall into that, make a mistake of allowing ourselves to be divided by the very people who are oppressing us. We have done that for too long, and the time has come for us to change it. We have allowed ourselves to be oppressed by the very people who are oppressing us in our land. They've divided us, ensure we never stand together to confront them and to get rid of this injustice that has impacted not only us, but our coming generations. Now is the time for us to take those key steps. I salute Pa Adebanjo for his steadfastness in saying this. Many of the people are fighting. I call, you see, all of the aspirants who are going for this election now. You know what I call them? They are the Unity Beggar Convention. They are all part of the Unity Beggar Convention. They know the truth, but they won't speak the truth. They know that we're being lied to. They know that their own people, and many of them are Southerners and Middle-Beltons, they know that they're being lied to and being oppressed. But because that they're being given crumbs, they will be silent. And they are nothing more than Unity Beggars, members of the Unity Beggars Convention. And we want no part of it. We need our people to go for referendum. We must say no to 2023 elections. But listen to the words of Pa Adebanjo. Let's listen to it. I'll take a little bit.
You're all afraid to say it. And I only like to point to all the facts to show you that they are just deceiving you. All the guys that they are supporting the Southwest, they are supporting why? It's an element of deceit to divide you, to be able to rule you. They don't like anybody. I told Tinubu himself, not in the papers, face to face. You believe this man is the breakthrough president? He said, yes. I said, the breakthrough president, he asked Ashimaju to contest. He asked Fayemi to contest. He asked Amosu to contest, all in the West. Why? He wanted to divide the West first. Then he goes to the South. The unfortunate thing is that, I'm sorry to this, President Goodluck Jonathan allowed himself to be disgraced by mentioning the fact that I'm still considering that to be president. For what? No. Allow me. This is not a matter for clapping. It's not a matter for clapping. This time I reflect over it. Gentlemen, no. We are discussing a serious matter. When I remember the struggle and the campaign I made for Goodluck, on the principle that every part of the country, no matter how small, you are entitled to the highest position in this country if we still want to be in Nigeria in peace, not by force. It's a question of national cake. It's a question of national equality. The Nigeria which I fought for, and I repeat, fought for, because I took part in the fighting. I am a follower of Awolowo, a follower of Azikwe. And Azikwe was my leader before I followed Awolowo, when he started to follow Brigadianism. I am one of the other Sikhs. Why? We want one Nigeria. But not one Nigeria where one would be dominating the other. Not one, you want the unity of the horse and the rider. Where the other will be the rider and the rest of the country will be the horse. No. If it should be that, it is to thy church, O Israel. No, you see, we are at a crossroad now. And I'm too old enough to be bending facts. My position is to say it as it is. The North doesn't want to yield power. And they know the way to do it is to divide the rest of the country. While they are struggling, they put their candidate up. Look at what's happening. All those who agree that we should be doing the thing on rotation. And to remind you, not let them deceive you. Rotation is not the question of now. When we were making the Nigerian Constitution in 1960, in 1954, when that motion was passed, the North said they were not ready for independence because they are very, very backward. They haven't got enough people. If you have independence now, only the South will dominate them. It was who persuaded Savannah and Sokoto. I've said it and I wanted them to refuse. Don't go away. He said they were going away because they want self-government 76. No. Araba, go to history. What I'm telling you is not what I think about. It's what I read, what he said. Araba, I'm going to no more Nigeria. I went further to make a 9-point program of us not be separate from Nigeria. Till today, people are blaming Chief Aulo for drawing him back. They should have allowed him to go there. Maybe there could have been peace in Nigeria now. You can't go. We can still be together if we have a different form of government that will give autonomy to give respect to natural, to language, culture, and ethnic groupings. That was what they agreed to in London Constitutional Conference in 1954. And in order to carry this backward area along with us, and because I'm reading certain things in the papers, people are trying to distort history. Men, of course, they have cancelled history now. We still had history. We will read. We know how Northern region was brought back to be married to South because of bankruptcy. The British people could no longer contain Nigeria, this Northern Nigeria and Southern Nigeria. He amalgamated us in 1914. Okay. It was that condition that they are using on unity form of government that caused a lot of havoc in Nigeria until the 1954 Constitution that created premiership. Because when Clark was mentioning this transformation from to McPherson Constitution to this present one, what McPherson Constitution did was to give leader of each region, leader of government business. It was after the fight for federalism was fought in London Conference in 1954 that the foundation for premiership was created. It was at that time they created premiership in the Constitution. And that was when we have the autonomy in the region. The Eastern region, the Western region, and the Northern region. To the extent that each region had an embassy in London to show the autonomy we have with limited powers to the federal government. It was also at that time that the question of derivation was established. What you now call resource control. Because they are using the money of the South for the North. By the time we did it, the northern is money through the revenue of groundnut, the west had to the revenue of cocoa, and the east to the revenue of rubber and canning. And the agreement there was that, well, derivation will be everybody must contribute to what he had. And then we are then living in peace. It was that embassy they established after the self-government mission, that was why I got married in 1960. So what I'm telling you is what I live with. That autonomy was there. We are living in peace until the military intercussion. Even before military intercussion, the derivation was carried on in the South. When oil was delivered, it was still on derivation. All the problems we are having now is as a result of the military intercussion and the fraudulent constitution we are operating now. The contents of the fraudulent constitution that made the president the most powerful president in the whole world. And that is why you deceive yourself if you think Buhari will ever change the constitution. He will not. Because the moment that is done, all the aura, all the fear, all the, oh, you can't say you support the North, you can't be the president, will go. Because they acquired that president under that constitution. And I'm going to lie, I saw him on the air yesterday. Say it was a consensus among them. How Agubula is talking like that? If he has forgotten, we have not forgotten, it's on record. And do remind him, in 2014, when they were campaigning for Buhari, he said it was the turn of the North. And when we have it for keep. I have quoted it in many press statements, and I was expecting him to deny. Is it the process of keeping it now? They are now doing it for you. When it is now the turn of the South and the Southeast, they are now propounding a new theory because of merit, because of all that. My dear, if it was a question of merit, who in the North? All of them. Oh, no, hold on. From Balewa down, with our lower and Shagari, and all that, if it's of merit, who will stand there? If there be based on merit today, the kingdom come, the East alone will produce the president. I am saying all this to tell you that all this question, you go and sell yourself, you go and campaign, you go and lobby. It's all rigmarole. They know the truth.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a very, very detailed discussion there. You may not agree with everything that Adebanjo said. I have one or two issues around things, but in the main, everything he said is spot on. Everything he said is spot on. It is absolutely spot on. And these are the kind of things that we need to really look at. There is no reason for us. Excuse me, I'm just having a bit of water. There is no reason for us to continue to support a fraud. A fraud whereby a provisional ruling council put themselves in the space meant for the people's voice. How can 40 or so people speak for 180 million people? Please tell me. How can 40 or so people in a room decide that they are going to be the voice for 40 million, 180 million people? How many? How does that work? There should be no doubt in anybody's mind from this that our focus now is not any elections, because you had it. If you're kidding yourself, the Fulanis want power for themselves for good, and they are about to finalize it unless we the people speak up. They have silenced us for 22 years, longer when you consider the other coups and things. But in this dispensation again, let's just leave that one. In this 22 years, we've been silenced by a fraudulent constitution. I've given you the evidence. Your constitution was given to you by a provisional ruling council. We the people had no hand in it. I'm telling you that emphatically. It's no debate. There's no debate about what I'm saying to you. Listen, hear me. Zero debate. Zero. You cannot debate this one. Just if they were going to be truthful and honest about what's going on, you know what? They know that the minute that constitution is withdrawn, it's game over. But they are the same people who are telling you, pray that God give us divine intervention in a work written by men, and you're expecting God to intervene in something like that, and it's the God that they tell you to pray to, knowing that there's nothing. The only people that can change it is you and I, in our communities. In our communities, this message needs to be in Yoruba, in Igbo, in Middle Belt, in Ijo, in Ishekiri, in Efik, all the languages you can think of, because we have been lied to. We truly have been lied to, and they have the co-actors, the co-actors in this sorry and sickening injustice that has been vested on you and I. Our path in life has been terribly negated by this fraud. It has impacted millions of lives, perhaps as many as 180 million, maybe even 200 million. I heard now that the minister for not finance, minister for humanitarian affairs, talked about they're going to be doing something in Kaduna. They're going to train the Kaduna boys about using phones and everything else. Again, I tell you that this is the mentality of the quota system mentality. You take something that doesn't belong to you. You deny us access to our resources. You impoverish us in our land, and you want us to remain in one Nigeria. We need to wake up, my people. We really do need to wake up. This is injustice, sickening injustice, beyond words. Beyond words. So I am here to try, and I hope you found this beneficial. You may have been having suspicions that it's a fraud, and but it's not. Now there is be no doubt. You now know without a doubt that this is it's a fraud of the highest order. And our job now is to dismantle contractual Nigeria. It is that simple. It is simply that simple. And we need to empower people. I want you to know that you do not wait. We don't have to wait to actualize a referendum in our communities, because we already know that the governance that is in place now is a fraudulent governance, using fraud, lies, lying against the people that we signed something that we had no hand in, and using that same document to oppress us. That's a fraud. That is fraud. Anywhere, however, any way you care to look at it. And I hope that by exposing that fraud, it would prompt us all to take collective action to secure the future of the coming generations of Middle Beltans, Igbos, and Ududua people. First and foremost, this has gone on long enough. This is painful to say. But for that fraud, we would have lived, many people would have lived fulfilled lives. The amount of wealth that we have. I was talking to you earlier on. We have oil. We have non-functioning refineries. The oil is looted by those in power, taken to foreign countries to process it. And then we have to pay money to buy the same thing that they looted from us, keeping us impoverished, deliberately causing the underdevelopment of our land. And these people are telling you have to be one Nigeria is non-negotiable. Wow. My people, I hope what we're showing you is we need to go. We must go for Yoruba. Please, yes, on Penny. Please share. I urge you, every single diasporan, you're a leader. You are a leader, 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 you are a leader. If you're sending, even however little you are sending home to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, this message, make sure it gets to them. They need to know without any doubt now that that constitution, just as I have proven to you on camera, live here, is a fraud. It is a fraud. From here to 1,000,000 years, it will remain a fraud. You hear me? From here, for the next 1,000,000 years, it will remain a fraud. And we have every right. We do not need to wait from the powers of any powers to be given from that fraud for us to take action to free ourselves. Let me say it again slowly. We need not wait for anybody to come and say, oh, by the power of the 1999 Constitution, I now allow you to have a referendum. Because it's a fraud in the first place. We want nothing to do with the fraud. I'm putting that on the screen so you can see it. I'm going to do something about that later on. In fact, I might do it as I'm speaking to you now. And I want to share it so that we know that this is a fraud. A fraud from all the way up from the pits of hell. And we, as the people, need our people on ground to know that these churches, these mosques that they've put in their way is simply to occupy their minds and never understand the greatest lie, perhaps in the entire world, that has been told to millions of people by a group of people, no more than 40, enslaving us in our land. You should be upset. You should be fuming inside right now. I want to provoke you to make you understand that there is no hiding. We should leave no hiding place for these people in terms of our rights. We do not wait to receive any authority about referendum from the bunch of people who impose this fraud on us. That constitution is not legal. We, the people, our action in going for referendum in our communities will be proof. Just like, I'd like to show you that again. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Is it gone now? Oh, no, here we are. Just like this. You know what this is? Do you know what this is? That's called people's power. It's not somebody tell you you have power. Don't worry, you don't need to vote. No, this is people's power. I can tell you this information for the next million years. It will form the basis of any argument, and whoever places this argument before whoever they want in terms of constitutional decisions or precedents, whoever presents this will win. That's people's power. That's the people exercising that's the voice of the people. It's not some provisional ruling council, 40 or so people speaking for 80 million people. That's a fraud. That's a fraud. And we need to wake up. The time is now. We must have that referendum in Yoruba Nation. Sign the petition. And now I'm going to go and look at the thing, and I'll pin it on both Oduduwa TV Radio and Citizen AY. For those of you who haven't signed the petition that is being organized right now, sign it. There will probably be, we need to do, that's the minimum we can do. So let me do that now as I'm talking to you. I think I have one more video to show you, one or two more videos to back up this need. This is something. I feel ashamed that those we call our elders have been silent, knowing full well that the constitution that's been used, the so-called, that we've been ruled by a promulgation decree, which is a lie. That there's been no referendum on the basis that forms the basis upon which they impose the constitution on us, and they've been lying, and they've been part of this oppression of their own people. I feel very sad that those that want us to show them any kind of respect do not have the power to speak up for the people, the power to actually say no. You know what? No more. This is enough. This is wrong, and we will not be silent. And I feel very, very, very disappointed that they did not speak up for the people. They did not stand up for the people. Instead, they stood up, they spoke for their pockets. And the people were left, what's the word they use in UK here? We, the people, were thrown under the bus. Yes. Without even a blink, not even so much as a blink, to think, oh, maybe perhaps that's not right. No. They did not have a thought about that. Not a care, not a thought. They just went, no, we're doing this and that's it. You don't have to be involved. No. Nothing to see here. I am, like I said, when I realized the impact of this, I've been trying to put this together for a few days, because I've been looking at how to pass this message on. I'm no doubt I'm going to try and do it in Yoruba and perhaps in Broken if I can. And I would like others to do it in Igbo and other languages as well. And maybe I won't be doing the whole thing. Will probably be much, but I just need. I'm conscious of the fact that this injustice is something that we cannot allow to stand anymore. I'm just conscious of that fact, and it is you and me who has to take. We will have to take a collective action in the sense of empowering our people with knowledge, such as we are sharing here. We continue on that road. We do not, we do not allow the crooks that have oppressed us to continue with that oppression and suppression. We must speak up. We need to. And we need to empower them to know. Like I said, people's power is simply what you see on the screen. That's people's power. The people deciding whether to leave or remain. And that power is respected by the government of the UK. They left based on people power. That's what you see on the screen right there. That's why I want you to know. Collectively, as Igbos, as Middle Belgians, as Oduduwa people, we have that power. We need our people to wake up. We need our people to understand that they've been denied access to their own resources by way of a fraudulent 1999 constitution, which they have the power to bring down. They don't have to wait for a government to give them referendum. We are not interested in any government telling you can have a referendum. We, the people, need to come together, organize it, decide. When we decide, the government cannot stop us. That is why I'm saying it's very important that we have vigilante groups across the whole of the Middle Belt, Southwest, Southeast. We need that urgently. Vigilante groups, because we all know they've pardoned 35,000. They have pardoned 35,000. That's one we know of since 2015. 35,000 Fulani terrorists. And those are the ones we know of. They've armed them. We've seen videos of the terrorists saying that the government gave them guns to kill people. But some people will still come and talk about one Nigeria. One Nigeria is a death trap. Please, I want you to go and watch the part where Pa Ademajo talked about that all of this is to make sure that the cement power finally in the north. We need to wake up. The time is now. There is a lot of work for us all to do. Now, speaking specifically about the different the regions, i.e., Middle Belt, Biafra, Lower Niger, whatever you want to call it, and Oduduwa. Now is not the time to divide. You heard him say it. They want to create tension. All of these aspirants, they are unity beggars. They are looking for crumbs. They are not interested in your safety and security. We, the people, what you see on the screen is people power. What you see on the screen is people power. I'm going to try and do something with this one day. I'm going to try. Can I do that? I'm going to try and do something with it. But I'll see. I'll try and do something one day with it. Let me see. Can I do that? I'm going to just do something. Anyway, I'll leave that for now. I'll do that later. What I want you to do, I'm showing you this. One day, in one day, they decided their own fate, by their own hands, via vote. We are being denied that. Instead, they want you to vote on a fraud. How can you vote on a fraudulent election, a fraudulent constitution? We must dismantle it. This time, there's no point in talking to those who are now you will know that every single person who is in government right now, they are fraudsters. Because the constitution is a fraud. I'm saying it. Every single person who's in that place contesting it, they are fraudsters. Because they all know that their constitution is a fraud. But because of what they want to eat, they would rather be quiet. But we, the people, we need to exercise something called people power. We vote in our regions as Igbos, as Middle Beltans, as Oduduwa people. We vote, we organize a referendum ourselves, and we announce it. We announce it. Because these people here that are in power, they used a fraud to oppress and suppress us in our land, and it still remains a fraud. That constitution remains a fraud. Let me show you one or two videos if I can. If I can find one or two videos that I wanted to show you in this struggle. Let me see. So I'm trying to just bring this to our attention. Please do share this broadcast. And remember, we are all leaders. And I want to say this again. I'm going to reiterate my point that I was saying earlier on about the need for us as Middle Beltans, as Igbos, as Yorubas, or Oduduwa people, or Biafrans, whatever we want to call ourselves. It is important that we unite urgently and work together. We haven't got time for squabbles. The more we squabble, the more they continue the oppression. We now know that the The Constitution is a fraud. Our focus must be on that. We need to ensure that we have systems whereby various organizations can work together. I want to state my own personal view on this, and these are my own views. And the views are shared with one or two people I spoke to. Dr. Okonomo came on Citizen AY. If it is a system of a collegiate system. What do I mean by collegiate system? It means that every organization are equal. And so when we're having the best way to allow to people to participate in that democracy, in a functioning democracy where everybody's all equal, all organizations are equal. We allow each other to run each of the events that we're holding. So every person, if you're an organization, this organization will run it this time, the other one will run next time. It's a rotating organization, rotating, with all of us playing an equal role. That will build trust. It will build trust. It will build. We will begin to heal our relationships. And all the while, once we start doing that, we are closer to achieving Oduduwa Nation, Biafra Nation, Middle Belt Nation. We are close to achieving that when we do that. And I want us to not have a doubt about that. It is doable. It is very possible for us to achieve. And we must simply continue on the struggle. We must simply ensure that we do not, in any way, shape, or form, allow us to be derailed. Like you said, you had Banjo now. He said all of them, and they're encouraging people to run because they want to create division. They want to create division among us. And in our so with those they got them the captive audience they have, the Unity Beggars Convention that they have, let them go on with that. But we the people, we mustn't fall for it anymore. No longer. It's time for us to make sure that we say, no way, under no circumstances. I mean, you've noticed all of them are coming up now. This one is going to be president. That one it is deliberately, and the only one who will be president, I'm telling you, is they've already decided who's the next president. It's a Fulani man. Whatever you all do, they are going to give you this. You see, what they want to do now, those who are getting involved in this process, let me tell you something. What they want to do is to make that enough noise about, look, we're a democracy. We are encouraging everybody. Everybody can join. Everybody can join. But they are in control of the systems. They're in control of everything. They control INEC. They control the government. They control everything. When they control INEC, INEC is not going to be independent. INEC is not independent. That's why there's no point in having discussions. What we need to do now is to encourage our people to exercise people power. That's what must be our sole focus right now. Encourage our people, exercise people power urgently. Urgently. I've showed you, you've seen what people power is. The power of the people in deciding via a referendum for one thing or the other. And that referendum is what now forms the basis of decisions that's been made in future. So we need that happening. Now, as far as the organizations, the many groups, Yoruba, Oduduwa, Biafra, or and Middle Belt, and all of that, we need to get away from the idea of focusing on the names. Our focus must be this: what is the main objective? What is the main objective? What is the main objective? And the main objective is to achieve what? Independence. Independence is what we want to achieve. Once we start looking at it from that point of view, we are more likely to achieve that collectively together and faster. Faster. Anything to do with names of the organizations, I'm going to show you again. Let me do this quickly. I'm going to show you again. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching. Let me just show you. I want to show you something quickly. No, let's go back there. 1 second, please. Please continue to share this broadcast, please. Okay. I want to I want to show you this again. I want to just go back to that 26 that thing again. The EU membership. Very important that we understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We truly need your support there. We are over 2,000 subscribers now on YouTube, and we're really happy about that. We want to build it more. Like I said, we would look into. I mean, we have this shirt, and if you're interested, get in touch for Citizen AY, and we'll be getting the hoodie in place as well in due course. Everything we're saying now is for we do need your help and support in what we're doing. So the best thing you can do for us is to go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. That is the best way you can help us. Shortly, we might be doing a membership thing on YouTube as well. And also merchandise, t-shirts will be coming up for sale, not only there on other platforms. And of course, the same thing for Oduduwa TV Radio as well. The reason is because the information that we share here are information you simply would get anywhere else. And we need this information to reach more and more and more and more people. Now, what I'm showing you here, again, is the United Kingdom. What you see is what I call it people power, the people's power. Let me go back up a little bit. And the people's power is expressed in their participation in this. They decide their future, not 40 people in a room. They decided their future. Each and every one of them. We were not given the opportunity to decide our own future or fate. It was taken out of our hands by those who are oppressing us till date. And it is time we woke up. It really is time we woke up. And we must do this collectively. We do not need any permission from any of this fake fraudulent governance about our right to self-determination via referendum. The voice of the people is what must be heard. We have been silenced. You can now see that we are not a democracy in any way, shape, or form. We are not a democracy. I'm sure you agree with me on that. That's not even open to debate anymore. That's not open to debate. And I just want us to really, think about all of these things in that way. Let me just see if I can. I'm trying to find this thing and I can't find it. I know I've got it somewhere, but it's not showing up. That's the petition I was looking for, and I can't seem to locate it. But meanwhile, let me show you on YouTube. Let's go and look at this thing here. What was happening yesterday on YouTube? Very interesting thing. I'll show you. Is that it? Yeah, 1 minute, please. I'm going to show you. Let me just get that check. 1 second. Let me just check it up here. I think. Oh, I'm going to show you something else as well. I will show you something else as well. I will do. Oh, yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Is that it? Yeah. 1 minute, please. I am coming to the end of the broadcast soon, but let's just I'll give it. Give me some time. And also, let me switch the phone on. I'm going to switch the phone lines on. Actually, I've got like about another half an hour or so. Let me switch on the phone lines. And if you want to contribute to it and make a comment or two, you're welcome. Let's have a look at this. I want to try and see if I can get you that video. Please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. You'd really be helping in growing the platform a great deal. And we appreciate those of you that are subscribed. Over 2,000 people have subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube. And we thank you also very much for that. Continue to subscribe. Let's continue to grow it. We can't do any of this without your help. And, by getting involved and getting the stuff on our platform, it really does help. So let me show you this one. It's only 15 minutes long. Let me show you why. I'm showing you why we need to end this nonsense. We have to end it. We got to end it, man. I'll show a number of videos. So look at that. Okay, can I hear it? Oops. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happened here. Oh, okay, I know what it is. Sorry, got it now. Okay, now here we go.
This is a pedestrian bridge at Ijesha, just close to Lost Choosing. I hope they don't wait until it causes
You see?
a disaster before it's fixed.
I'll say again.
This is a pedestrian bridge at Ijesha, just close to Lost Choosing. I hope they don't wait until it causes a disaster before it's fixed.
So there you go. You know, we hope they don't wait. You see, the bridge is precarious. Nobody should even be walking there. And it's going over a bridge.
You know who's back up in.
Sorry about that. Oh, shoot.
This is a pedestrian bridge at Ijesha, just close to Lost Choosing. I hope they don't wait until it causes.
Sorry, let me mute it because I don't want to be playing that because people will think I'm trying to. That's not what it's about. I'll simply mute that section if it becomes a problem because I didn't want that. Our focus is what we're trying to achieve. Let's have a look at this. So let me see if I can bring that on. The number to call if you want to call in is +44 7399 580 606. If you want to call in and have one or two discussions about what you've heard, your thoughts about it, and perhaps any suggestions way forward. Yeah. So let's see if I can get that up and running. Bluetooth. Okay. So the phone lines are open. +44 7399 580 606. If you want to call in and contribute. So 1 second. Oh no, not that one. Not that one as well. Okay, anyway, I'm going to put this here. Wasn't going to do that, but I guess we'll have to do that way. I don't know what has happened today. What's happened today? Now, what's this? Oh, sorry about that. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, come on. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry about that. Here we go. So what you had there is a young man really cussing out all of those honorables. They chased them out, and that's good it's good to see. Is it real or not? Well, we don't know, but I think it is real. I think it is. And from what I could see and the strength that you hear, what I heard in the voice suggests to me that that's not a setup because some people were trying to make some kind of assertions. Here's one thing I want us all to look at. The reason why we need to go for this. Here's one thing I want you to look at. And I think you should look at that seriously. Yesterday, a gunman, they killed the chieftain of APC.
A member of
Now, let me just make sure I go into it.
the All Progressives Congress.
So let me just do this again. 1 second. It'll come up now.
Hey, my name is Maddie, and you guys will see me.
So here we go. Now, let me show you this. Now, watch this now. Watch this. No thanks. Come on. Go away. Go away. Ah, excuse me. This is this advert thing is annoying. Here we go. So I want you to hear this. We're gonna go back here.
All Progressives Congress in Bayelsa State has been assassinated. Sunday, Frank Oputu was reportedly shot around 11:50 p.m. at his residence at Bay Bridge Road in Yenagoa. He's an indigene of a Bomoturu community in southern Ijo local government area. A statement issued by the police says gunmen scaled the fence and gained access to the residence of Honorable Frank Oputu and fired several shots at the Honorable through the window of his bedroom. The injured victim was rushed to the Federal Medical Center Yenagoa, where he was confirmed dead. The Commissioner of Police in Bayelsa State, Ben Nebodisa Okolo, has charged officers to intensify efforts to identify and arrest the perpetrators. He further reassures members of the public on the command's resolve to bring the culprits to book.
So, there you have it. In your one Nigeria, even the politicians of APC Bano, he's an APC Bano, got shot dead yesterday. Yes, so now, and that is what we're saying. We need to go for referendum. We need to protect our people. We need to make sure that our people are aware. This is really unacceptable. There's a video that I'm going to play later on at some point. It's in Yoruba. And there's some talk about some people are grumbling that if they don't get the support, they will cause things and they will make things worse and everything else. We the people is what matters. Our voice, and it's time we go back. It's the time we emphasize that, you know, people power, people's collective power is what is important. Our collective power. One person, you know, that guy now, he got shot. He's a member of APC. And his life is gone like that, just like that. So let me just check something more. There's something I wanted to show. I hope I can bring it in. Where is it? Oh yes, I'm sure you guys have seen this anyway, but let me just do this in a minute. I'm sure you've seen this. So this is my own analysis of what happened. So you can see, I'm going to try and get to the point where, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put it here. To run anything, you see, and I'm certainly talking in terms of Yoruba Nation now. So, watch now. Oh goodness me! Oh, sorry about that. I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna have to pull that. I don't like it because it's on YouTube. It will make you just start showing adverts. I don't like that. So, let's go another way. Let's go another route. If I can find it. If it will let me do it. If not, then I will just 1 second. So anyway, so you see, there's a video going around showing Amoda Shangodele, aka Tinubu, his hand shaking. So, and this is an old man. You know, I don't, you know, that's bound to happen with old age. We got, you know, I hope he gets the cure and everything else. But that's evidence for us that this man should not be running for anything, like a president or whatever. And that, you know, to have that is the clearest evidence that Nigeria has failed. We need to go for Yoruba Nation, Oduduwa Nation, Middle Belt and Biafra. We need to go for that. You know, go for it clearly. No holds, no, not holding anything back. And the information I just shown you now, it's very, very important. We understand that this fraud, we have to, the only people who will do it is you and I. Nobody else. The only people that will put a stop to it is you and I. Please, also, I urge you all, if you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Oh yes, let me check if the numbers are okay. The numbers are not out there. That's why I couldn't. I'm going to put the number up, and if you want to call in the last few minutes before I wrap up, round it up, then no, not that one. Sugar. Sorry about that. Let me just check. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly change that now. So So there we have the number. +44 7399 580 606. If you wanted to talk, if you wanted to make one or two suggestions about what you've seen, way forward, I would love to hear from you. We're still trying to do one or two things, but let's have a look. Let me bring this back. Let me bring this one back. Okay, let me bring that back. This is the clearest indication of people's power, what you see above me. And it will only happen when we take that action within our own areas. The Middle Belt must do that action and go for referendum, the Southwest and the Southeast. We must do that. And then that is what we will, that's our mandate right there. Because what you see here is the mandate. The people gave the UK government the mandate to leave EU. And once the vote is done, everybody supports it. Those who stayed, those who wanted to stay, those who leave, they supported it. And that is a mandate right there. We never gave these people the mandate to go and do this, to impose a constitution on us that we didn't sign up to, that we weren't allowed to access and be able to make changes. They hid it. This is a fraud. It's a fraud all day. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this, with us, I mean, if I don't hear from anybody now in the next minutes or so, I'm going to take my leave, and I will be back later on. Please watch out for us on Oduduwa TV Radio. We'll be doing a program about 7 o'clock this evening in Yoruba, talking about a range of topics. You know, there's a lot of things that is ongoing that we'll probably touch base on. But let's just say, yeah, 7 o'clock this evening, be expecting us on Oduduwa TV Radio. Myself and my other fellow presenters will talk about the ongoing issues. But what I want to say now is I thank you all so very much for joining me. Now, what is it now? We've been here for how long? I'm just want to just check that time, because I'm not even sure how long we've been here for now. Okay, so it's 2 hours now, it says here. So yes, 2 hours, just thereabout. So yeah, free Nnamdi Kanu now. I definitely support that as well. But again, what I'm saying is this: we must work together. We need to work in a collegiate manner to achieve our common goal. We need to make sure that we do not allow ourselves to be divided. When we're fighting each other, that's the division that the Fulani who are funding terrorists are using to oppress and suppress us in our land. Because they'll give to this side, they won't give to that side, to cause friction. And that's very important that we don't, you know. So, yeah. So, yes, so thank you very much, my sister. So now, what I will just say to us is, this is a template of what we can do, how we can do it. And we shouldn't be afraid. We don't need the government to say carry out a referendum, because if we allow them to even do that, they will rig that process. We can't trust them. It must be us as Middle Beltons, as Biafrans, as Oduduwa people that must organize it, carry out, and then announce it, because that's a mandate. The minute that decision is made that we leave, that is a mandate that we collectively, that the people, because it's to us that sovereignty belongs. In the fraudulent constitution, 1999 constitution, sovereignty belongs to the Provisional Ruling Council. They're the ones, because they created that document, not you and I. And that is what we need to understand. Very important. Very, very important that we understand that. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say thank you very much. Let me have a bit of break. Oh, yes. I've been searching for this petition, and I don't know why it's suddenly just gone difficult for me to find. I have it normally. So let me get that petition out. Yes, sorry, yes. Good thinking. Let me just put it out again. Yeah, you're right. I was going to do it, but sometimes, you know, there's so many different things going through one's mind, and one can sometimes forget things. Oh, come on. Okay, let's go and do it this way. Let's find it this way. I'm hoping I can find it this way. So, yeah, just keep in mind what we are talking about now is literally people's power, and we have to encourage our people to know they have it. They mustn't be afraid. We have to just encourage them to know that what they're exercising is people's power, and that is something that the government. That's the thing. The government doesn't want people to be able to express that, because they find that really you're holding them accountable, and the government likes to just do things without contacting you, without being, and they tell you it's a democracy. They're looting. I mean, we have cocoa, but it's sold at such a cheap price that the people that come and buy, they now sell their goods for twice, maybe 3 or 4 times more than the cost of the cocoa that we sold them in the first place. And these are why aren't we making that? Why aren't we making chocolate? We should be able to make that because there's a ready market for it. And those are the kind of things we should be doing. Finished goods, goods that are rather than just pure minerals. These are the kind of things that we should really be talking about. But unfortunately, our governance, the level of thinking that they display shows that they're clearly they've been handpicked more people that I cannot. Anyway, let's just. I better not speak too much. Let's just say that they're not really there for you. They're just there to get what they can. And it is time we encourage our people to say no more. That we have to go. We must go. Let me see if I can find that. Man, I think it's just proving difficult today, and I don't know why it is doing that. So I do beg your pardon. I know I have this information somewhere because I normally keep it somewhere that's within easy reach, but for some reason it's just not showing up today. Okay, let me try it again one more time. Okay, let me do it this way. I think I got it. Now let me do it this way. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing. But like I said, if you do want to call in, please make sure you tell people about the fact that they have people's power. And it's only us who will exercise it. Nobody else can do it for us. We must do it ourselves, and we must make sure that we free ourselves from the bondage that we've been placed, because we are in bondage. To be honest with you, we are in bondage. There's no two ways about it. So I'm gonna try. Okay, so it's gonna come up now. I think I found it. So thanks for reminding me. Let me see. Let me just see if I can get that down. There's often a lot of things that needs to be done. If you haven't signed the petition, please go and sign it. So yeah, you can see, like I said, Tinubu his hands are shaking, and it's evidence that he's got issues, and he should be focused on that rather than trying to run the contraption Nigeria. It should be. Right, okay, here we go. So I think you will see the petition coming up now. So thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate this. Let us get this going. Eba sign petition. I'm going to write that there. So petition. So okay. 1 second, please. So I'm going to put the petition there. So if you go on the Oduduwa TV radio right now, it's pinned at the top on YouTube. That is on YouTube. I can't do anything on Facebook because Facebook just decide they just take things. They'll just shut the program down and everything else. So, and I don't want to do that. Okay. It's okay. Then the next one. Sorry about that. So let me just do one more final one, then we can call it a day. But I want to thank you all for joining us. I hope you found it informative, because in the end, we must take a decision for ourselves. And with the coming generation, we certainly don't want them to be in bondage like we have been, and lied to, So it's very important that we continue to raise the level of awareness to make sure people do not allow that to, what they're doing to keep us from getting to our nation. So we need to work towards that. Okay. No, not that one. Sorry. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So, where we at now? 1 second, please. I'm just trying to get this thing done. You know, sometimes you you get lots of ideas and you're trying to fit it in, but it's almost impossible. Okay. Okay, now you know what? I'll put it on Citizen AY later on. Listen, what's left for me to say now is, like I said, thank you for watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. If you do want this t-shirt, drop me a comment, and yeah, we can organize something, for it. I think the price is about £22 something, so £23, let's say. And then, of course, with packaging. So say, let's say around about 25 in total. And then, if you're interested, let me know. And yeah, let's continue to spread the word about the need for us to go for self-determination via referendum. We do not wait for the government to give us a referendum. We must work towards it and get that, get things going and achieve that. Run the referendum in our own communities. We're not waiting for any right from those who have oppressed us with lies. We will organize that ourselves and make those declarations ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you for watching. I'll be back later on. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk soon. Bye for now. Okay.